Fox 40 is honoring Black History Month, and this morning we're learning more about a program at UC Davis, engaging the community in awareness about inclusion and anti-racism. Dr. Puri Ackerman Barger is the Associate Dean for Health Equity, Diversity and Inclusion at UC Davis Betty Irene Moore School of Nursing. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us this morning to discuss this very important topic.
Thank you, Melanie. I'm happy to be here.
Of course. So again, we're talking about the community book project that we have going on at UC Davis. Now, I'm curious to know, have you always had that program happening every Black History Month, or is this something new to create new discussions?
This is something that's been ongoing through UC Davis for a number of years. I'm going to say a decade and a half. The Office of Campus Community Relations has been hosting an annual campus community book project where we as a UC Davis community come together and read an agreed upon author. The author for this year is Ibram X. Kendi, and his book is entitled How to Be an Anti-Racist. So although we do have events happening in Black History Month, this is something that we do all year long.
In the title alone of this book, I mean, that's just, I think, enough to create a discussion. It's a very, it's a very hard and sort of uncomfortable subject when we talk about racism. Why do you think that is? Why do people get so uncomfortable when it comes to that?
Well, we have a long history behind us that informs experiences today. And I think that the majority of people don't want to think about themselves as being racist. So when they hear the word racism or anti-racism, it goes to a place that, kind of, invalidates how you feel and how you want to be in the world. And so that can create a little bit of cognitive dissonance. But my recommendation would be for people to understand that there are so many factors. There are the policies, the laws, the lack of teaching about history that makes it so we don't have the information that we need to create equality and equity. And one of the ways that we can remedy that is by having conversations with each other, by educating ourselves, by reading the books. And, Ibram Kendi's book is an example of one of many really amazing books that helps you think about what can I do, what are my values, and how can I enact those values.
And there's a quote from the book that I loved. It says, if we ignore the odds and fight to create an anti-racist world, then we give humanity a chance to one day survive. What do you think about that quote out of this book?
That's one of many amazing quotes by Ibram Kendi. One of the things that he is asking us to do is to take action, that it's not enough to be neutral. It's not enough to support diversity, equity, inclusion. Rather, we need to be stepping up to the plate, whether that is interrupting racism when we see it, whether that's doing the introspection that we need to understand the racist ideas that may be in our minds that don't align with our values. And oftentimes those are unconscious.
Absolutely. Dr. Puri Ackerman Barger, thank you so much for joining us. And again, it's unfortunate to say, but racism is still here, even in the year 2022. And that's why we need to have important conversations like this. So thank you so much for doing this over at UC Davis. And if we have any information, go to our website, fox40.com for that. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you.